Welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. This week, the 8-bit action returns in Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. On top of that, race to the finish line in NASCAR Heat 5 and F1 2020, or perhaps solve some puzzles in Superliminal. Whatever you might be into, there is probably something for you. So without further ado, let's check out this week's top video game releases. To kick things off, we have Bloodstained Curse of the Moon coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Koji Igarashi and Inti Creates are back with more retro sword and whip action. Curse of the Moon 2 brings classic 2D action and a dark 8-bit aesthetic together with modern playability. The multiple scenario structure of the previous title returns with an epic new story supervised by Koji Igarashi himself. Players take control of Zangetsu, a swordsman from the Far East who bears a deep grudge against demonkind and the alchemist who summoned them. Zangetsu must battle his way to the demonic stronghold, but he doesn't have to do it alone. Zangetsu can ally himself with a brand new cast of characters he meets along the way and add them to the playable roster. 3 brand new playable characters appear in Curse of the Moon 2, including the exorcist Dominique. All characters from the original Curse of the Moon game are playable too. Each new character adds a variety of gameplay options, abilities, and ways to complete the game's many stages. Players can also create demon hunting duos in 2-player local co-op, available for the first time in the series. Work together with a friend, mix and match the strengths of 2 different characters, and conquer stages in tons of new and exciting ways. So for those that are fans of the retro aesthetic and gameplay style, then Curse of the Moon 2 is certainly going to be right up your alley. Of course, Koji Igarashi is definitely one of gaming's biggest names, one that is very well respected, and one that I think is going to be pouring everything into Curse of the Moon 2, as many of you will be this week as well. So if you are interested, again, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon comes out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Next up, we have Superliminal coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch, and this game actually launched last November on PC, so you can check it out now. Perception is reality. In this mind-bending first-person puzzler, you explore a surreal dream world and solve impossible puzzles using the ambiguity of depth and perspective. As you fall asleep with the TV on at 3 a.m., you remember catching a glimpse of the commercial from Dr. Pierce's Somnoscope Dream Therapy program. By the time you open your eyes, you are already dreaming, beginning the first stages of this experimental program. Welcome to Superliminal. Superliminal is a first-person puzzle game based on forced perspective and optical illusions. Puzzles in this game give you a sense of the unexpected. Players need to change their perspective and think outside the box to wake up from the dream. I believe we've talked about this game before on an episode of The Drop when it launched on PC last year, but I wanted to bring it up again because it is such an impressive looking game. It has been called the best puzzle game since Portal, and that is certainly going to be saying something to a lot of fans out there. But when it comes to the forced perspective approach of the puzzle solving in Superliminal, that's something that I don't think has been done often before, and it certainly is done very well in Superliminal. So if you want to use your mind and solve puzzles that you've never really seen before in this kind of way in the gaming space, then Superliminal is going to give you that experience, and it's coming out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch, and again, it's out now on PC if you did want to give it a look. Next up, we have NASCAR Heat 5 coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. NASCAR Heat 5, the official video game of the world's most popular stock car racing series, puts you behind the wheel of these incredible racing machines and challenges you to become the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion. NASCAR Heat 5 features all of the official teams, drivers, and cars from the 3 NASCAR National Series, as well as the Extreme Dirt Tour, racing on 39 authentic tracks. The immersive career is complemented by Quick Race, a new test session mode, and multiplayer, both online and split-screen support. To take the win in NASCAR Heat 5, you have to refuse to lose. And now some bullet points. Introducing Test Session Mode. Practice without AI, adjust your setup, and refine your racecraft. Deeper career mode statistics. Track your performance more accurately, such as average finish, average start. Race online for the ultimate challenge against up to 39 other drivers. Take part in the eNASCAR Heat Pro League for a chance to drive for one of the official NASCAR teams. And of course, full car setup options allow you to refine the car to suit the circuit and your racing style. Although this game is by no no means on the same level as Gran Turismo or Forza, NASCAR Heat has proven itself to be a series that can learn from its past mistakes and grow over time. If you are a NASCAR fan, this really is the best way to get the authentic NASCAR experience. If you are nailed down to only experiencing NASCAR, I guess is the best way to put it, because this is the official video game. So in the same way that you have other basketball games, NBA 2K is the basketball game. For NASCAR, NASCAR Heat is the NASCAR game. So for the NASCAR racing fans out there, NASCAR Heat 5 launches this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. And to round out today's main releases, we have F1 2020 coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. F1 2020 is the most comprehensive F1 game yet, putting players firmly in the driving seat as they race against the best drivers in the world. For the first time, players can create their own F1 team by creating a driver, then choosing a sponsor, an engine supplier, hiring a teammate, and competing as the 11th team on the grid. Build facilities, develop the team over time, and drive to the top. And now some bullet points. Customize your 10-year career mode with a choice of F2 Championship introduction options and season links to allow for a more exciting multiple seasons career. The addition of split-screen racing, a new steering assist, and more accessible race experience means that you can enjoy the game with friends no matter what your skill level is. F1 2020 features all of the official teams, drivers, and 22 circuits, including 2 new races, Hanoi Circuit and Circuit Zandvoort. And finally, online connection is required to download the final team's 2020 cars as applicable and F2 2020 season content. For the Formula Racing fans, this is also in the same way that NASCAR Heat is the NASCAR game, F1 is the Formula game. That's essentially what it comes down to. Of course, this one is more in line with what you would expect from a Forza motorsport, but this is the official game. And again, it is one that has improved over time, and it is very simulator based. So if you are looking for something that is arcade in nature, this is not going to be the game for you. But for the hardcore Formula One fans out there, you can certainly dive into F1 2020 when it hits the track this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. But before we round out today's show, we have some honorable mentions. First off, The Great Perhaps is coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch, along with Crosscode, also launching on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. And Overcooked 2 is getting some DLC, Suns Out, Buns Out, coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. But that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed this one, drop me a like down below, and let me know what games you are going to be picking up this week or what you are playing currently to get through the rest of the summer as we inch closer and closer to the release of the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. Would love to hear what you have on the roster. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.